All right, guys. So we just talked about the KyoAni fire, and I'm not going to go through all that again. We talked about it just a few moments ago, and but there is a ramification of that fire that wasn't one that we talked about in that video. Of course, the loss of life is much more important than this, but I did want to talk about this because when a tragedy happens, be it in Japan or the U.S., it is it is you end up seeing how other pieces of media change from it. And so after, as a New Yorker, after 9/11, I was able to see how a lot of movies ended up not only having the Twin Towers removed from the actual from the movies themselves digitally, if they weren't digital already, they were removed digitally, and how certain anime kind of towed around a certain line at the time. A bit like how Pokemon, the original opening, had a tentacruel slamming into a building, which, of course, Pokemon being Japanese, wasn't really an issue at the time. Post 9/11, they changed that, and I believe some other anime also had some changes as well at the time, and again, other media as well. So and even in Japan, the show was a Japanese superhero show called O Ranger, had its plot changed after the sarin gas attack in which I believe was done by a terrorist organization at the time. This was in 1993, I believe. 93, 94, actually, sorry. But so we saw that plot change and become a bit different because at the time, the O Ranger plot, which became Power Rangers Zeo in the US, O Ranger was a lot more serious, a lot more focused on fighting. They didn't call them terrorists, but they basically were terrorists. And then after episode 11, things got a lot more wacky and fun and just was a way to try to, I guess, make things calm down. And then after that show came Car Ranger, which was actually one big fun joke and a parody of Super Sentai, which Car Ranger became Power Rangers Turbo in the US. But we're not talking about all that right now. We are talking about Fire Force, which initially the news was it was going to be delayed until next week, and there was it aired just this past Friday, but it was initially not going to air due to the KyoAni fire, which for me, I think, all right, sure. I wasn't watching Fire Force, but even if I was, my thought is, hey, this happened. This was a horrible event, one of the worst fires since 2001 and the worst loss of life in terms of a murder since post World War II, or in World War II history, post World War II. With all of that taken into account, why would you not delay this at least a week? Oh, but they only have the schedule open for the 25, 26 episodes. They've only secured those. Okay, so then combine an episode. Do what you can. You haven't finished the whole season yet, most likely. Do what you can to make it work, because this is something that is much more important than some anime. But they actually did manage to find some way to kind of to not concede, some way to compromise, and I'm very happy that they came up to some compromise to those people who are fans. But I'm not so happy because there were some people who were fans that were saying, "Oh, it was a fire, so what?" No, 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 no. It's not. Don't. So in that case, I want that person to wait a week. But when it comes to people who understood, and the fact that people who were just fans of this show about some terrible fires, some fire demons coming out fighting these firefighters, and this. I don't know if it's considered a shonen anime, but these firefighters with special abilities. If you just cared about that and you were a little sad, well, this is a compromise made to seemingly make everyone happy. Since I assume the company did have some meetings, did talk to the people they needed to talk to make this work, to kind of calm down everything surrounding this, because again, the fire just happened this past week. And what they're doing is, while they are airing it, they're actually changing the colors of the flames, or specifically of scenes with flames. So I don't know if that means the flames themselves or scenes around them, as if it's like a seizure warning or something like that. I don't know what they're doing. What I do know is they're also changing the narration as well. Again, I don't follow this show, so I don't know how they would change it to make it work. But what I do know is that from what I have been reading up on, again, I mentioned fire demons just earlier, that they're they can be different colors. They're demons. So that immediately makes me go, oh, okay, sure, why not? I mean, for anyone who is upset about it due to it not being like the manga, I mean, other than color pages, the manga's in black and white, so you don't know what color they are. So I'm okay with the flames being different colors, but I don't know if they're going to change the scenes around it, not just the flames themselves, and how they're kind of compositioned into the animation. So back to what I was saying, yeah, I think that it's a good compromise. Again, I would have preferred them waiting a week, but if they don't have to wait a week and this works for them, then that's fine. I would hope that the colors do get reverted for the DVD Blu-ray release. So, and this is like a general TV censor that happens everywhere. I mean, every anime, not every, but a large amount of anime gets censored on TV for some reason or another, and that's the stuff that goes to either Crunchyroll or Funimation or something like that. So if that's the case, so be it. Again, I would hope that it gets uncensored for the DVD Blu-ray release. But even if it doesn't, again, I'd understand the circumstances 100%. So tell me what you guys think about this down below. Are you watching Fire Force? Is it a bit harder for you to watch Fire Force after what happened? And if it's not, tell me why as well. And also tell me what you think about some of these changes. Please be respectful about it because, of course, this is surrounding the KyoAni's situation, the arson situation. So please don't, fight down below. No reason to, either in the chat or in the YouTube comment section. No reason to. But either way, though, I would like to have a discussion on this. If anyone disagrees with me or the general points, please comment down below.